Hello guys and welcome to part 3 of a video series. In this video I'm gonna be covering late game, how to 1-3-1, how to 1-4-1, when you should be grouping as 5, denying enemies a comeback opportunity, how to close down a game, utilizing siege minions. Anyways, what are you waiting for? Let's head to it. So depending on your team comp, depending if you have mobile mages or if you have great split pushes, there are few strategies. Strategy number one would be to 1-3-1. In that way, your top laner and mid laner goes to the side lanes while three of you are pressuring the mid wave. Another great option would be 1-4, which is way easier, and what you do is just send your top lane on the side lane while you're pressuring as 4 people, right? You shove in the waves, you pressure the turrets. Of course, try to deny the jungle camps whenever you can, right? The more gold you deny from any team, the less chance they have to come back to the game. And if you have great siege team comp and really weak split push team comp, what you can do is just group as 5, right? And look for a turret dive. If you're really strong, if you're really ahead, you can always just force a fight 5v5 due to your how strong your team comp is. You can always just force siege by poking them down if you have a poke team comp, and that way it's gonna be really difficult for enemies to deal with you. Alright, so let's talk more about 1-3-1. So as 1-3-1, you want to make sure that you're pressuring basically at the same time, so the enemies are struggling to defend all 3 waves, and because you're already winning the side lanes, or even if you're losing the side lanes, for example, if mid is losing and top is winning, right, you're still gonna be winning one of the sides, right, and you're still gonna be applying pressure instead of that mid laner being with you, which gonna prevent you from actually rotating around map, right? Also, another great thing is about the strategy is you can always rotate, right, and go for a pick and then go for a turrets instead, right? So enemies gonna have a really tough time because they have to choose if either they rotate or to collect the wave under mid turret, and of course most of the time we're gonna choose to collect a mid wave under the turret and then follow up the rotation, but the rotation is too late and then you get a free objective side lane. Alright, so right now you have used 1-3-1, you got the side lane turrets, right? And then you got the mid turret and you got the mid inhib. The Baron buff has expired, the dragon is spawning in 1 minute. What do you do next? Your next goal is to reset, spend your gold, right? After you reset, spend your gold, then go to the dragon, right? After you go to the dragon, make sure that you place some vision, right? Vision is really important. And you get the objective, and then you send 1 person to top lane to split push, and you send 4 people bot side. And you might ask, why no one is going mid lane? So there's no point for anyone to go mid lane because there's already gonna be siege minions pushing the waves out, and of course someone in the enemy team has to deal with that. If no one deals with that, for example you group 4 bot and 1 top, right, and no one's dealing with the mid waves, eventually the mid waves gonna come to the Nexus turrets, right, and if there's at least 2 waves already stacked up, we're gonna take the turret alone. So enemies need to be cautious about that, and of course someone else has to actually come in and protect the turret. While someone else protects the turret, you can look for engage under the turret, or you can go for a dive, or you can just take the objective for free because you have man advantage and they backed out, right, and you get a free inhibitor. Alright, you have taken 2 inhibitors. The Baron buff is spawning in 2 minutes 30 seconds, so you still have plenty of time for that. Dragon is spawning in like 3 minutes, let's just say. Like you still have a lot of time. And what do you do next after you take outer turrets, bot and mid? You just go 5-man top, right? You go 5-man top, and because there's already these turrets are down, right? Inhibitor are down, right? Your next goal is to get the last inhibitor. So right now you're gonna be sieging as 5 because there's already 2 waves coming in from both sides. It's gonna be difficult for enemies to actually deal with it. So then what do? you just force a siege top lane because you will have man advantage. You get the top turret, you get the inhibitor. After you get the top and inhibitor, 3 inhibitors are down. After that you reset, right, spend your gold. You want to be as powerful as possible, and then you just go for Baron buff. And because there's 2 siege minions every single wave, most of the times the enemies won't even contest you. If they contest you, just kite back and wait it out, because we have to deal with the waves. And then after they back off, just start the Baron buff. Okay, just start the Baron. So after you start the Baron, you get the Baron, you can literally just come in mid and stand here as 5 people and just dance around, do nothing, and the minion's gonna do all the work. So basically, it's really difficult for enemies to actually deal with double siege minions and you sieging the mid turret. That's why I use this expression, because it's gonna be really easy time ending the game. But the problem that a lot of people just get the mid inhib and then they try to end the game anyway, just because they feel strong, right? They didn't spend their gold, right? And then what happens is you throw the game, right? When you don't have pressure side lane, and then you give more time to enemy team to actually come back to the game, because the minion waves are always pushing to them, right? And if the minion waves are can't stop pushing to them, you're not getting the XP and gold from mid waves that you would. And of course, enemies are getting way more XP, way more gold. The longer you keep the inhibitors down, the longer you waste your time, the harder the game gets. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Feel free to leave a comment below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm gonna answer all of them. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and have a nice rest of your day.